Akufo-Addo me de yenye example ye de ne bekwa akoma Nigeria president ye de ne bekwa akoma American president akura ni parent efri so no ehwo ne ye de ne bekọ me British passport ya choro Ghana ewom but akura ya wo ne wa ha British passport no ya choro Britain
baby ewo no
na barrow ya wo no ya choro barrow no Nottingham barrow ya choro ne dem enti ye de na ade akura ne kotena kasoa enti Miss Pretty Patese say what dia yemra was say wo ba ekoye shoplifting na akura ne ta akọwie wiade wo ma break opon a wo ma fie akura na costa bi obi akura na offend a eye against the community law akura no okọ prison ba ye revoking eye lawyer ni ame pese ye nyina ye ma ya adwene mra ha na menjai ma lawyer ma kire nioma mu bebre immigration we no bills no bonde aba no bebre ma kirem mi jaima lawyer dia na ne mawie die ntia we ekura me voters ekura me lawyer Saturday me ye program landlord for manya letter me pa wo chew obiti wo fi a me nkotu no na emom me kire wo kwan a be fa so ane nipa ne betene fie ho landlord for bebre woni se wo gi aban sika Metropolitan Assembly tua wo ka woni mu se wo gi aban sika Metropolitan Assembly for tua wo ka wa dresser edefie ho no a ye de to aba no memma wo bi onipa no kro won krata akra e mane nto aba e wo fie because abato ne de e ko aban system mu straight obetimi de akoye adwuma no and a email again de pay slip nyina email obetimi de akoye adwuma obetimi de akobie bank obetimi de akobie bibia GP abattoir no polling station no okay lawyer maame no odi nkomo e wo parliament e ka bills na wo de ba ne ho na we almost they are waiting for royal assent enti omo twen kurowura se kurowura be authorize na omo de ayemra wo mo debate e wo parliament nyame ya adomo a ya wada on the 5th ye kotoaba me to aba by post edu ho so na me yefiri a mekọ ho enti we me de beko post me de beko polling station na makotoaba me gidi se bebre enya omo de by now ya wada ye kotoaba wonya saade we ya polling card now or say election of councillors to London Borough of Newington. Date of election Thursday ne was so voting information was the polling day 5th of May 2020. Voting hours 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And address or say your polling station address baby a wo no be kwa koto aba no mo de address ato ho telephone number in case say wuhia moa e bia wayera e bia wudin ni ho wuhia moa address e wo ho you do not need to take this card with you in order to vote enti card ne kura no enkura wa still betimi akọ so we ba say ya was FDM eno na muntie was data print mill asia no your details wa wo koto aba no wo details enie wa wo koto aba no wudin wa address wudin ni wa address and our registration number yaba na yakoto no bi a registration number enti enie obi a woni nkrata utimi to aba yenye kuro na sa netie woni nkrata you can vote we won krata wo betimi ato aba homeless obi asabi oye homeless oni baby tie kura no onya address ede efa kwa wotimi to aba elderly people obi ato aba mane yeye na emomu no yenya ye ni nkrata no doso yenya ye to aba a ye ni nkrata ne doso me mo party bi edin e bia MPP ni NDC yenya ye to aba no yetimi to support one party bi so matena se hu se dabi wo bo hwehwe mu a yenya ye ni nkrata no ye doso Any exi one krata. Enunti. Say they are debating say before ye bekwa akotwa ba no. Before ye bema yenya ye ninkrata akwanya akotwa ba no. E was say ye drew police station wa o card nie ID card nie. Wey eye adwuma ID card. Ama wey eye school ID wa school kra dem o visa. Enti nyamo na mo ka obi a woni nkrata wey eye wadwuma a card lawyer. Ena wey eye passport wa visa enim. Eye empty Ghana passport lawyer. Dia wa mo dia ban ne say police will be there on the day of the polling station. Enya nyemra enti this Thursday there ye betimi akoto. Almost police will be there to check IDs. Ye pesi who say ID na wo mo be check no metimi di madwuma mu ID akọ. Ana say metimi di Ghana passport a eye empty e di akọ. Ana they are talking about enkrata ID card.
Okay.
Na meja adwuma na ma na fa koso. Me didi se ma kire ma mate ase. Lawyer ekwe de me mu bi.
Me da say say no more be na wakasa
afa.
Na mechiche mu na me de ebia to be wogina.
All right.
Na ebia from next week ikono. Ye be start akoko no manu details.
Details. All right.
Said this year about 5 major bills.
5 major bills.
And our banner a receive royal assent na ebe law.
Okay.
Na ejawa di aye na juma or
person didie. Okay.
Na bakone nationality and borders bill.
Nationality and borders bills. Yeah, okay.
Na yes I will you can say elections bill.
Elections bill.
And you police crime sentencing and court bills. And also and your health and care bill.
Health and care bill, meaning NHS.
NHS, and your online safety bill.
Online safety bill.
Miracle, you bet to the fight.
The important to my before.
Then
we go about that.
But be we nimpa we nimpa
ebu o boy kotodwam ti die boy kotodwam yima ye na ye na my ye very careful any extra careful
but miracle no sa bills nyina na yenya nts abeye emra ye beti hu bibi akire na de ba ko a abeye emra na ense eboye nkotodwam a ye ni abre ho pa no nationality and borders bill na say act because last week Thursday 28th of April a civil royal assent into say abaye act into a law abaye mra eda honomo amaye na no na say a reason controversy be from last year July summer no there has been a lot of argument about this bill. Na Asylum same wom, nationality in same wom, imprisonment in same wom for smuggling, illegal immigrants to enter UK. A very big bill. Na and then you to me can want some
yeah.
Until free next week econo, ye be yimu mako na ya dren ho. Na baako am say
Miss Pretty Patel ono na eda so ana wo kasa no ma mi ono na sese wo makurom ha no ye da ye na no lawyer ko
yeah nti Nationality and Borders Act no 2022 as I say no immigration sem be din kuta ho ana ye be gina so na ye de immigration adwuma no say there abeye emra na utie guidance na aye kan say maame no treaty party asem o kai na or say umbe work hard to implement every details now they are now going to offer training and then issue guidance from summer through to next year. In say by summertime they bring a full guidance as to how this law will be applied in individual immigration or nationality aspects no. Now adia baako a yeni nyina na say yenya yiti best strike here more the part of British nationality and as a British citizenship.
British nationality that means you are talking about say
acquire British
British passports. All right.
Enti unya British passport ebia all these years, over 10 years, 20 years, udu ti abuboma nyame aboa na wanya British can say passport, and that's why be a British name. Okay, cross 9, I think, if I might serve me right, cross 9. Ama many to me, I say obit me a revoke and obit me deprive or British citizenship. Obit me a Joe British passport and everyone without giving you notice. Into AB and say Oko Ghana. Maybe what the boni be a shemu maybe a Ghana and also what Nigeria and a different country. A honoman who say you are not good for public conducive, you are not conducive for you that person, you are not conducive for public good. You bet me AJ or nationality in everyone without giving you notification.
Notice, okay.
Now normally ananka unya notification with me a 3 months on alcohol lawyer and term near started, but we did bit me a Jeffrey on some crowd abra.
Yemma will notice yen can change. It may find us what to quine us a war bar. Abia would drew hitro, so will call Ghana, so will call baby Abicubia, would drew hitro up almost say, hey, lawyer Frank, you are not entitled to enter here. At the dear Ben of my year, almost say Cogana and Coach Manson. Obey that Cogana and Nacoch Manson. No, free next week you can go into details. You're going to do it. Normal would be a would be a bit me deprive your British nationality and as a bit me a sa or citizenship, you know, everyone some free next week 2 weeks going you be go into details. Now you na boy home buying because say so for me I was saying who say obi money it so and they say abeka ho bi I was saying who so you know your rights, your obligation and responsibility, so that you to me make say and I said what bo ho ban and ka say oh na minim immigration to be on my on see o nyina no ye nyina fighting so be nya British passport unya wi anim say hule oh say unya British passport na no heaven wa ha unya ya se meduru heaven ho ma wie
because before ni nya indefinite ya yapem ni ani age and actually who say okay criminal offense be ba
ko me revoke
it meje ti obia say yentumika yenje British passport
wow
and afei ehonso ne yadim na kakra bi abeto ho enti na I say nyina no ye ya wenti etiefo ye ne etie yen try say be share video no because this is a very educative program a bit me aboa ye nyina say wo hwemu statistically no can I say nipa omukuta dual nationality and also be or Ghana and Nigerian in
was say British passport
it's over 6 million over 6 million to also into some art way affecting over 6 million people. Ushoma Ghana for one about 114 over as at 2019 and say you don't over 100,000 and you could you can say dual nationality it and I say you free your mommy and your papa a free Ghana and a way and I say you Ghana and a ye binya and crata also over 100,000 and into no sir and come away a here so be a TV now your boy a home buying said your baby young could see a baby bonnet a beer a chinano a deal how a bit me ambre intend be come once
yeah lawyer be you know one by one but yen ko so na me clear we free ho
I can say election bill
na me fan to
election bill no we mess am nationality act but me can bill no election bill ho na o maka say on say all these years ye ba krum ha no na okoto aba umfa wo ID bia
there be na so okoto aba ID nkan
no answer wakono wakoto aba
me ba krum akwa na me nkrata kwa na me to aba
na yeto ya because Commonwealth citizen I mean free Ghana is part of Commonwealth and also to me eto aba without any identification bia but election bill no essay say yenyaje tu
muntio
say enya receive royal assent na be nya law edia say okoto aba ebe hia wo ID police will be there Now, say you can't idea and your working ID.
Say we me adwuma mu ID. Na me dia to me ko mu kri na makọ.
I don't know doesn't identify you when enko bia betimi akoye bibi na odi din ato.
Say me lawyer nka me nka sa ID ka ho dia ka me advice nko for so on say Ghana ye won national ID card bia yes say so ultimate de two kwan.
Yes, interior national identification card and be announce a British Ghanaian passport, but to me, you know, obviously, I have to read the whole bill, no, then understand the aspect of the ID. You know, I haven't really go into details to look for the definition of the ID they want. So I cannot say we are Ghanaian, Ghana passport. Because Ghana passport is your form of identification.
Ghana passport,
it's still an ID, but it's a passport to identify you. But what I don't know is bibi ebomu a chese uti krom ha. Of course bibi bomu a chese uti krom ha. And no bit might create a bit of controversy. Then again, I mean, without prejudice to the whole content of the bill, because Commonwealth citizens are allowed to, once you are here in the country, allowed to vote. So I don't know whether I say you need to have a right to live and work in UK, and ebe more to about, and I say kuta any form of
proper
ID, passport,
ID.
And I say be a British passport, but my immediate reaction, and I'm talking from a layman perspective, not from a legal perspective, and then again, I have not scrutinized or gone through the whole bill, so I can't speak with authoritative. I said this is the position, but when I saw the ID, my initial reaction said, "Hey, because yes, me kofa ID mra na me ko yes so bill so say police be gina ho.
I bill no me read you say police will be on the queue.
Yeah, and the police gina ho na ukọ ebusa say minu aba ma o ID we no we nya bia o ani atwe gina ho. Nti which means say bia mo free say o pese we have fraudulent acts bia na say we got to abano without proper verification. And you know the into or my Samra when be my police to me
or say police will get more power to protect.
Yeah, I bet me outside for ID ni bra. Into uni idea me sure say and I kromaya ye better who say police ni share. And I even passing problem by near Chewa, near Besawa ID. Yes, we need idea of your free immigration amount. And into no, and no idea, and only idea, and like then again, I'm obviously signing disclaimer here, say I haven't gone through the whole bill, and I haven't really scrutinized in details to know what they mean by ID. But I'm just talking from a layman perspective, say my initial reaction. I mean, who say ID no. Police also be gina ho. There are two things we know.
And you're not just any police be gina the any work ID.
Enti proper identification. Enti be ebusa na woni bia. Enti say wuti ene obviously say me enya hint say abeye emra e de betuja. Yeah, so now what ato aba na ebia say no abatu be duru. Na say ade abeye emra. The mechanism menko honum. But so hwemu indirectly they are trying to centralize everything because they say now so rent dine na bia the won't say the registry and the ba every year
the buy if say landlord no feel it will be to feel what yeah
say oh landlord no bia by accident na mistake now the many doing
also by accident
so say on so tif ye hodom bia na say
what migration access
so
patcho smart
enti normal cost no normal otimu say wine na abesi baako to protect the immigration integrity of the country as proposed by the government. So they want to make sure say people who have legitimate right to be in the country are the people they were allowed to be in the country.
Na lawyer what about say me pacho me tuni by post so e ma nko ho na me twero no mo de ba na me teke na me post
to akra bia me kind and no cry so posters were and the long term some people were all these years post voting, not physical.
Yeah, physical
but
posting.
So we had labor argument on the by labor was saying say this is not right and it's not fair because labor was saying say homeless people, illegal immigrants, elderly people, they are going to be affected about this particular bill, but of course possibly one day we'll have more time to look into it and talk about it, and they are affecting in able who say media initial thoughts not my legal opinion only krata for wondering for some normal way. Mamin come back to nationality.
Not just voting for no year. This Thursday they will be ankoto aba me pamocho because almost this week they are waiting for royal assent. Until this week am I ba enne say mame no or sign na ba ne enne ya me ba de video aka kire mo say ya wada mo bi ansi ho. Ama this week dia wo say enne me ma ye china me mai Thursday me ya sorry but eba me ba beka ensi ho ba ema ye dia me pacho ya wada obi ankoto na aba fa ne fa ko okwa be bold enough gina ho connect to be call you are entitled to vote. We entitled to vote but ada ebeba ne pe bra enko wutie me na ye landlord na se enipa no oni nkrata emfani din enhye wo voting ne so se omo pass sa law no de ba because wo no kire immigration for say wo bi to fear oni nkrata lawyer ko ehoneso koso
enti let's go back to our nationality
act yeah
yet concern kakrame nyina no na sedem di kan
for British revoking of British child
enti sa ene de general na ye kasa benyamre I introduced quite a lot of new things into immigration rules. I mean back when asan strike me kakra not the only illegal entry. On said the bill, the act is saying, "Woman, we illegal entry." Say no, yes, only see a refusal application, but you can be in prison up to 4 years.
Hey, not because I 18 months so.
No.
Prison, you don't call 4 years.
Yes, not only that. So we I mean, as someone who can also read art, which will go into
it to be more later. Than that too.
Not even about that. It's also said that all overstayers. Overstayers. So
be a lawyer. Overstayers is something funny say.
If you are the visa.
Me patcho share video in the free will be. When you student na wutie me. So mate. Student na mabegum te tilapia no. When you student wutie me. E be aba wan ko school. Ote ha. Why you overstayer? What the 6 month visa ne buy you na 6 month visa ne de buy ne betana o before wo ye application akọ home office wo call lawyer ho a lawyer e wo ho kwan so wo tworo say wo ba kroma 2003 e no wan ko biom say no ye be ye ne den they will write it down and ask on bed na because mo writing it down wo ma expose you lawyer say overstayers into overstayers no e bia the 6 month visa e na buy o the 2 month visa ne buy wo be bo organ wan ko biom wo ba beto nwom wan ko biom wo ba visit one kobium oba as a tourist visa one kobium visa bia what the buy ye bia visa no ewu a one kobium bia no uye overstayer enti mona lawyer e come as 74 adwene bra
enti anytime me can say o say yetimi emma amanfo ehu e share sa program we so hona ye boy ye ho ban na a free next week kono ye bekeka ho nsem bebre because a big art intino won't mean kind nyina by ye na na madwuma ye a wo de ato ye so nti ye to ye bone ye komu maako baako na ye de beboa ye community no na ye de abeto dwa said be ye beboa ye ho ban because initial stage no na nyina asylum nko an ye ka ho asem na ye say ka ye kan say smugglers no omu de amanfo bewura mu illegal entry ni kura na a big issue because you can't for illegal entry. Now, the government has not, in relation to asylum seekers, it hasn't provided any legitimate route that people can enter. So the only way people will enter is through illegal means. And people, running away from war, the person is not thinking about legitimate means. What the person is thinking is how he can escape the torture, the degrading environment, the atrocity. That's what the person is thinking to escape. So the person can possibly be in line with sexual orientation or war or anything. The person, your initial thought said, let me run away. Either means. Tinipa na be room, na say illegal entry. And yes, be refuse ne keke. Obesan in prisoner asem. Intine nyina na erezi kwanse nyina ka ho asem. But I me can say or say who say or overstayers on visa. I say, hey, any na asem kese na aba.
Mami we. Wa boya bra yesu.
Na ye can on say ye can I say you be bedroom say okay, ye krom for no. They say na enye kra na wo bi enso ha ye dwane. Enti ye nyina ne no me ya na de visit visa.
Na eba.
Je say tete still na won makomie no bi a omofa illegal means but
most omofa abs true way so ba into nhemu ba.
Yeah, they still there yeah application we always come clean say enipa we abia agent bi de ne buy or man a document they say oh right to be here man in Qatar. They say there was a change your language, See a yes application.
And na lawyer make can say it is no. Munti men tron fa me she say enipa no wa overstay
Entina make say so
what change your language
or say or into the let me read this part and so that people know say I'm not just saying something from memory but it's something that he said these key reforms will be operating alongside a raft of other new measures. So other new measures, including tougher penalties for people smugglers with a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. So they have now introduced life imprisonment for people smugglers. People smugglers, you will make more details later. But this is where my concern is. Increasing the maximum penalty for illegally entering the UK or overstaying a visa to 4 years imprisonment.
You
see, the logic here is uko imprisonment for 4 years here, automatic deportation.
I said after 4 years and then they are deporting you.
You can increase up to 4 years, maybe about 2 years, maybe about 1 year. But whichever year will be affect the status in the country. And to say we overstay, maybe the visit visa, maybe the student visa, now a one from this year airco. Now ye chua, a bit more in prison. Not only said local immigration detention ye process.
I said first ye chua ye do detention near process as a removal.
Or provide the evidence as our family connection here and then not lawyers be a judicial review
and the
human rights claim or whatever. Not ye were free. Maybe our infancy be our year or hana baby and our other human rights claim be a
wow
near Jinaso near the Ajawatna. Now, sa sentence we no. Emma sound the panel. And you say immigration detention center. Would ye ubeko prison? I uko prison so uko for over 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. A automatic deportation. And see who say any panel when we say sentence no. So even crowd or either wahanama. Na so person ujina or yesunya and krata ebe din unless it's a qualified spouse. Which is a complex definition on that particular language of qualifying spouse. Into a lot of our family and friends will struggle. And the only thing say you come in with legitimate means a radio baby and be a share and a mawari I didn't be room. And I say baby now didn't be room and manumi yarn. But in the so program, I'll be to my church. Wow, language.
What's the lawyer? When German was our bro for a bit to media to language. What they make to Casaria, what Casaria, but me pemere na me no.
So and I make us say, oh dear, me a home record from next week. Queen, Yantu a bun church and yama a tea for and who the echo. Na ye more ye ho ban engineer ye ne ho kwan ye be fa so e betimatena kromba. You know, the third point is say new measures to end the merry-go-round of legal challenges, which can be used to frustrate removal of those with no right to be in your country. On say, ultimate judicial review.
Yeah.
That's what appeal. After appeal, no why you say no move and are cracking down on adults pretending to be children by introducing scientific method for age assessment. A new U.S.-style electronic travel authorization scheme to slam the doors on criminals before they even get here. Until Africa now will be now committee criminal offense here, ultimately and takra in the first place.
Not just say, Ebia war Ghana was me kumu be a pemacheme, namaba, ultimately and tak.
On say U.S. or criminal offense here, ultimately
U.S. war criminal offense. Say, Sana, yes, you krume into a criminal offense for Ghana, Ebia, why you hit and run, what the car would wedgane, a criminal offense, traffic, no criminal offense. What the bonibu or Ghana near the offenses be at Toswa? Won't mean mammy remo you could have.
Yeah. And see, once a criminal offense, it will be difficult to enter. There are a lot of things going on in this particular act. I mean, last week I said, I can say. In the issue of asylum, it's very controversial because it is clearly going to have problems with the international conventions on refugees, and I said you will see a lot of court issues coming. And just I think we had a program on Tuesday last week, Tuesday, 27th, which was Wednesday. I've seen that Freedom from Torture. It's a charitable organization. So they are the first people that is been reported that they have issued a legal challenge. They've sent a pre-action protocol to challenge the government for a disclosure document because they believe that the government act of removal will be in contravention to the convention, refugee convention, cancer, and or more air challenges. So we are going to see a lot of obviously legal argument, legal challenges. We're going to see
against the asylum seekers. No.
Now, this is a new act ever. Into me, sure self and on the weekend in Iben and a bank holiday, and Tiafeni answer. So from and then each corner, me sure there will be a lot of commentaries coming out. Lawyers and charitable organizations,
good reports,
are going to bring their opinion. They're going to challenge because this act, from last year summer, advocates, lawyers, charities have been fighting a lot of things that are in our office and no good. And to me, sure said, tomorrow. Even if my sense served me right, I remember clearly. I think it's 28th February, House of Law voted against the deprivation of British nationality, British citizenship. House of Law voted against it, but okay, Parliament went back to Parliament to ratify it. Now it received the royal assent, so it's a law. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of challenges going on.
Okay.
But the reality is that when they say I am right, and not an airboy at home. And then I so there immigration and I said nationality and I say anything to do with certain wo they say I am ra. And to see ma enipa ne ehu na ye chechire mu. Na ye bi na ni eni aye ba mu. Ye ni aye wo. And aye ni adwin se bebele nyina na. Yahu kwan ye be fa so. Ntia wo se etu sana mo na na ni kwase etu sana.
Lawyer me patcho me busa wo question we say I would one was ye na me mie phone lines intum. Enkra no revoking of a British passport and no one can no eye ma me but me patcho me ba also because we need to protest against it. Petition was a petition because they say no the ayemra. Eba ye no nkofo bebre. Me say ma mo follow me no me ye program before me ba life no ye bo sa parliament abra no more discussing against us protest against us say ye be revoke a British child and also obia or ye British citizen a passport e dear friends them say wa wo ba wo kromia na wo ba no e di boni ye against the community standard na say ye beje akra ne British passport e friends them ne ka say de akra ne ko Nigeria Ghana Africa whatever baby akra no e free what about wo bia wo ye broni so a wo kromi ha obi asend me message say a lawyer no na wo ka the same question no obi abusa say or say as for this one is against the fundamental human rights law. The children are citizens by birth and must be punished just like any other British citizen because mema wo me ba wo kromi ha man ko wono comfort not teaching hospital ma wo me ba wo the biggest hospital in UK St Thomas na se makura ne ya wo St Thomas hospital ya nko wono comfort not hospital na sa akura na di boni a montria akura na so wo kromi ha edi nti na wo somebody akura ne ko Ghana me ti kromi ha na that means so mo de na ko de a wo ma me na wo pa di akire ko bi so yempamo ba enti sa wo be akodi obe akodi adi akire ko bi sa wo ba ne nti na wo ti kromi ha you are depending on your child on 2.5 years basis there. That means you revoke akura ne nkrata, it will affect you. And I know ya meboa. Mamo omo 2.5 years no. Ah omo jino mo baso no. And agent nkrata. Obani ni here anymore. Enti no me pamocho. Next week nyame adoma we will talk more details about that. But yenye very careful. Na ye ni emano we nyina ano you. Adam ni bi rako shop na security bi me ni bi me dream so I was say tell the crew so na so you racist me ba say me ba you are black and he too is black how can he be racist when you know sa de ni bi no mo de bem because obi a wono ye broni anope ba ni ye ka obi a wo ye broni lawyer a broni no me fa ne so bi o free wills and I was Scottish na say broni no ono ne ba nso so adi bone a ye de ne ba ne be ko hen ne ye de ne be ko ye be ka se awo ne ha meboa enti se awo ne ha de a lawyer we wo mo de aye mra na wo hema asan ase ne ntimi nye protest against maame no
no on say law ne ba na enipa bi si ente ase nti legal challenge beba na court na court interpret
it was him and or him as class betimi atwe him and
say the court no bet interpret
betimi akase maame de ade a wo ye de
because one commentator be Adia Miti or say it's even against the constitution, so there's quite a lot of things going on, and I think we'll wait to see how it's going to be implemented and how people are going to accept it.
British so what
even it's introduced. If you look at, I think the bill at the election bill now, I think it's also introducing either the election bill or the police and court sentence. And one of them I have to check. Say on Black Lives Matters buying now man for a bubu statute near the other. Introduced imprisonment up to I think 10 years. To Kubu statute, the idea DBA memorable to the state here, and also a bit to me. Me, will client grab you no mukahubia and whom somebody brave. But because it's in a way,
that's what me I protest wa bra won Kubu statute. You also cry you maybe a dear
ubia ukahubi now baby now we see na assembly say to no. Near common imprisonment over 1 year, 2 years. Not winning crata, no one crata,
no, indefinitely,
me, IGF finism. Into where your normal bibra, your bubble bosso, kakra as we go in, near my amount for it.
Okay, me baby, phone lines not to normal for course, me patrol, a fay and what joining a Moscow solstice and more atnase. Lawyer Frank, the women ready mra fremra, cantimra, pusumra, jaremra, nomra, eshemra suit, to nation, no, one my dear nanka. Lawyer Frank ne Ghana ni lawyer won no ne lawyer wo kire na duma eye broni fita pa criminal top lawyer wo kire lawyer Frank aduma say ono so asan be ye wo akora onya akora wa be ye partner with lawyer Frank because we hu aduma papa lawyer Frank e na like you san ye sofo it is mo hese ne o kasa lawyer Frank no enti say a true Tuesdays dia lawyer Frank doso de wo kwa or say with God all things are possible ewufuo nkrata akura nyane no ho so atiase or no de adwuma wo de be call lawyer Frank ho no enye ya obeka cho say no this one inkini but the ebeye no atia pratete kura na wo de fa wa wo say am the super group be so Oscar Oscar next week no be adwuma next week na me aduma only Mark Shark lawyer so you him lawyer Bronina another lawyer Sheikh greetings from Abanas campaign Outre TV greetings to you long time enti me pacho ubetimi afre 00447502422799 enkoma ye die no emfa any program ne ho kra question bia betimi ebusa but answer no lawyer what's the overstayers mami musa we quick na me be phone lines into enti me fa ne say obi abekromi ha Barcelona Chiki or Belcrom or the 6 months and about the 2 months or the 3 months, one day while you overstay. Say now or more rano. So what your application for home officer? So mubusa or data or the Belcromi hameboa.
Yeah.
Be amebaha 2007 while you overstay. And no say no what you shemwa. You never be yen a day. A bear affecting application. And I may find so when you're and now a year in the crowd in a year because a year in the also say we a betcho. Mamma, yes, shall marriage in a season sacred the mukum life. May find say or the neba where Gina nebaso or no biawo Barcelona Chiki and or dear crane qua G2.5 years. But Barcelona eba had 2007 while you overstay and not check into or no or come with muse or baha. Entry the first entry 2007 a bit affecting in krata na wo koye nana.
Yeah, thank you. Said me kai you know afena emrana aba na emrana ba yes akwa na emrana ba home office so issue guidance as to how he is going to implement the law. So the raw meaning and as a raw reading essay or overstayers will be in prison. So if I'm try to understand in relations to precedent here, so we overstay and I say amount imprisonment for can I say 2 years or 4 years here, then of course getting your stay in UK will be very difficult.
Wow.
You know, but Memphimano Enkosi baby for this is the guidance and he almost say by summertime you guidance as to how the government is going to implement it. So there's going to be guidance from summer through to next year. But the bottom line is the act speak about imprisoning overstayers legal entrance as well.
Not just a lawyer says, see, I'm a fan say Barcelona Chiki, Enya, Neba, or what? Say na guidelines be my obeti me application to Mrs. Anya na me patcho me too obia for me patcho hold on for me too obia for say obi biara enfrase empenkrata ekira kwan obi biara wo privilege wo opportunity say wo say wo ye nkrata me patcho to me kan ekoye ansa no mo the guidelines bia aba obeti me aware no eda so wo ho na emomu no e wo se wo ko hu lawyer. Say you need na wo ware na me patcho pe good solicitor ne kwotena nanim ne ka chen say lawyer me yire me kunu we date say that is say and wo ba ha e din na menye awo de me patcho awo say no na ekọ enti me sraw to mirika na ye application fakotum ansa na guidelines no aba numbers I will be media free any lawyer edi enkomo me just 10 minutes na ye di dwumedie no aba na wie ye 004475024279 egu eye screen so bebre numbers no egu screen so me ba chomo fanko YouTube ma me why YouTube for ni bisa numbers. Hello, good morning me da for pa me pa chomo mo di yenko.
Good morning, Sabra Pato.
Me pa cho ye wasuri me pa cho yenko.
Yo, me be tax lawyer sir. I am quite idea, no. Me quite our but me nana I feel like I will be sir. For example, on my Italian at the same time Ghanaian. That's a quite the body. They are getting a British passport taking some years that need to go to Kruma. Ghana for Ghana and I didn't go Italy. That's my question.
Okay. Yeah. Set passport would you man no?
Yes. A very good question.
Very good question.
Very good question. And I mean, so read act now. I say it doesn't want anybody to be stateless. So enti ye jo nkrata na obey stateless there. Any idea ombeje. But because your constituency says wunni
o mebia enti se wo mefa ne se Ghana passport ekura wo ba na ehwo ne de ne beko
Italian passport ekuta wo ba na
and
say a movie enkuta no ne ebia maame ana papa Italy ni ana maame Italy ni a caseworker will make a decision say let me remove the child to Ghana or Italy. Once so here's me
pa choma ma hold mu on ya mo hold on
Bangladesh gay
na wo ko join in wo mo se embe bombo na
it's a very controversial one but omuje nenkrata
omaje free nsem
ti omu se omu accept no UK ebiem nti ne motherland no na oko nti normally they will refer you to your motherland, so if your motherland is ebia maame British Italian na papa Ghana ni the caseworker will make a decision. Say be a crowning could have passport bia ebi orden beko Italy and as well beko Ghana.
Bra me pacho what you say a caseworker ni decision now be make say akra na that say the nebeko Ghana and ye the nebeko Italy because maami kura dual citizen.
Me pacho what
you say na me fa another caller.
Yeah, but I'm
me that say. Hello, good morning, me dofo pa me pacho yenko me modin ofra me pacho mama mo mudin mesremo. Hello, good morning, me dofo pa wa line so ne yenko. Hello. Me pa mo cho me di mo hold you on a mesremo ya mo hold you on emfa ma me why. Hello, good morning, sweetheart, me pacho yenko me modin.
Hello.
Yes, darling.
Pacho mafasa.
Me pacho me tie ho free ho.
Pacho ye tie.
Me don't find out say mo ko so invite you be free Ghana aba krom ha. Because na was say a bank account mo ha so the application na
I strong.
Yeah, and no mean to me in a hanka say also when you 10,000 or 2,000. It depends on your personal circumstances and the person in Ghana. The most important thing is in the panel of Ghana now also show commitment or Ghana. So yeah, Juma and I say will be important or school or Ghana into a backroom how back. So it's not necessary about wow has said no. Also be a unyesika a go account. But the person in Ghana and the commitment and a wow and we are Juma. We just say o household ABI or bills say when and ABI me fan say was a sika 10,000 but our bills 20,000 you know, which means one kasana we depend there buying us or hotel. So it's not really about sika or accounts but globally I see access to individual here and more importantly the person you are inviting from Ghana.
Grandpa, what you say? It's not just a woman our hand crowd maybe you send the panel when I was sponsor no ain't dear or Ghana and there was so a bank statement on your strong task or Ghana a Juma war year or year or ma and now will co school or none and I was so preparing who you would dear what the NSA or bank statement or letter or tenancy agreement that's it. Bra me pacho you okay? Na me for before from pacho. You miss me that say. Hello, good morning, me dofo pa me pacho wa line so ne yenko. Hello, me pacho low honey kakra wa me pacho yenko. Hello. Yes, darling.
Pacho, I'm seeing this lawyer there. Okay.
Yes, darling. Me pacho you okay? Me tie free wo ho. Me pacho yenko.
Okay. Me pacho when I'm seeing the lawyer say because of say obi abana wa you overstay no officer or yeah enkrata.
Good.
Apart from our day no, ontimi nya di nye. Ontimi nya di.
Some fan say afei na waba why overstay na opese wo ye enkrata meboa opese wo ye unyang ekrom hankrata meboa enti opese wo busa say apart from our rear no dey na beye and the woman right lawyers was apart from our rear wo ba e wo kromi ha se wo ba e wo kromi ha se ya wo betimi agina wo ba ne so e de aye enkrata. me ba cho what you say wo ba wo kromi ha wo betimi agina wo ba ne so se wo ba ne won krata wo betimi agina wo ba ne so anya krata ana wo tena kromi ha amnesty no 20 years long stay wo tena ha 20 years then you can prove say what tena ha continuously for 20 years there me pa cho you can obtain your rights.
Okay.
Why? Etie for me pacho mon follow TikTok Abnas campaign outreach. One na ejuma me betena ha dia lawyers program me opportunities nyina ejuma programs ope ejuma ope se wo Ghana ewiase ba bia na wo pese wo relocate to United Kingdom wo ba ekromi ha sei ye ejuma opportunity ana wo pe visa dia ba kromi ha wo ye student ekwan a wo be faso obeba kromi ha ana yenya ye ti kromi ha ne kwan a be faso wo benya won krata ana wo pe adwuma se bi ebia wonni nkrata wo de adwuma no wate ase enti me pacho follow me ewo TikTok no na wo all your opportunities ni nyina no ye di ebegu ho me ne lawyer ye adwuma nya afa na me bejae na maye obi adwuma a wo de aba se yi company bi wa ha wo ma ofani penti obi anko wo ye student abra meboa amonya sponsorship amo aba abrochire enya ha me pacho follow Abnas campaign ewo TikTok no de wo kwa all your opportunities your good news ni nyina no every ho eba. Hello, good morning, made of me pacho sweetie uncle. Yes, darling, sweet at a what? Another phone. Yes, darling, me pacho uncle.
Hello.
Yes, darling, sweetie, me pacho ya what? Yes.
I'm in show, no do my pa moye.
Me that say, eme.
It's our brother, Frank Asimami, na. Now I then ask mommy.
Lawyer, what that say? What that say? Sister, you can say minimum no so no say.
Nah. Okay, you know to me, with God all things are possible. Why yes, I do.
Was I biom? Lawyer Frank 1. Lawyer Mary Lawyer Mary 1. Me patcho yenko sister yenko. Waje won krata ma wo ho.
Hey, why do you clue? Why the last week we buy?
Yeah.
Is it cutting the last week? Me clue about.
Yeah,
and I over getting the card, you know, see over.
Oh, lawyer.
Omodase
why? Nyame shiramo.
Oscar obi adamase enyina adamase.
Ai, nyame shiramo.
Osan card beche.
Osan beche mo card.
Okay.
Na me so beche me dey.
Hey, no, don't worry.
Me obaba me ho me wuni baby am wo.
Na cutting say. It's a record show that lawyer
Oscar. Yeah.
Now, baby, baby, I'm on Abamo. Bye bye. Hello, me don't for me patch lawyer with that sing. I mean, a shramo. Masco solicitors, my idea, or say, my year, assign a biom. Momoto, any mudi said with God. All things are possible.
It was very critical.
Najuma, critical power. Hello, me don't for me patch yanko.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sweetie.
Because I'm a person, me visa say, so what Germany now person rock room has a ya. Because all here invitation and answer again, I'll be to me dear rock room has a.
What person will rahana bet na haye Juma na wo be shahakeke or him birthday.
Juma.
Obey Juma. At the moment, dear, wo be kromi ha, untimi Mahamet na hasa wo ye Juma. Nemo no se campaign be foul ha. Me fan say mascot solicitors for foul. Ewo ekromi ha say brabe ye Juma. Mascot for betimi ama was sponsor. Na waba na watimi atena ha ye Juma. Ma ye wo settlement ni nyina de ama. Na watimi atena ha ye Juma. Me pa cho so what ya say. But onu ankasa moody say oba ha. Oye kura miss pretty party be deport no de nako. Ti waye te se Ghana ni. Follow me what TikTok wo per sponsor wo ye EU national na wo person wo betene krom ha ye adwuma awurade adom companies bebre aba on board a omodi EU for ba mo ma be ye adwuma wo ha enti wo follow wo TikTok ho na good news ni nyina na opportunities no wo why
I show you after me person me busa say so potential ni ne fa na wo ko renew na wo nya adwuma e be ye den na
why affect wa na Okay.
Any problem. It depends on the
circumstance.
Yeah. So woje won krata no se na wo ye adwuma. But so woje say bia wugina ukunu so na wo baso it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Or say enye hwe contact a lawyer. Hello, made of me pacho wa was no yen come modi.
Hello.
Yes, darling.
Pacho oye.
Nyame da so hira me.
Oh, oye champion.
Me da say.
Me pacho person lawyer.
Aha.
Me bra. You refused invitation 4 times.
Oh.
It's not the same lawyer say. Idea, she said you are trying to go better to Yana, it's another route.
Oh yeah, dear, no more refuse no.
Me who reasons no. Ah, mo dey refuse so.
Oh yeah, worry and now you day.
Ah, oh yeah, visit.
Okay, so offer office, you book appointment. Now the refusal letters now, but then we go through near who say kwanya betimi afaso.
Afaso e di aboa no. Eti me pacho lawyer say free office never refusal letter no. Ebre wo mo na wo mo nhwe. Why?
Na Zambrano me so akoto say Zambrano.
Zambrano no ye twa maame no e na say woni na. Sister woni adin o. Maame ye se wa che. Sister na last so bre bi am say maame ne kwene dey. Sister hey, any woni dey o voice say oba be bo travel. Legend, where are you? Me dance champion 1. Skin pay 1. Aha, bye. Hello, me do for pa me pacho wa line so ne yenko.
Hello, Uncle. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetie. Me last caller na.
Me pacho do question ma oni lawyer.
Me pacho busano.
Ye ma pipi ni ejuma mo ye boa na po na mi chamu pa.
Amen.
Me pacho lawyer me no baby awo.
Good. Why are there?
Na pacho ba no so no owo British milu owo enkwala milu a obe British for.
Aha.
And Obana Musulo no 2.5.
Yeah.
And you know, in case of the so yeah. If I don't form by
a FP, but a very complex kakra. So, what's a OJ people ma akrano? And sana wo no why I would dear now near acronym, ever cabomo, I am modi. But say be our per se, ye boa, wait me after office. Book appointment, near take you through all the process. But it's all from FP, so perform
FP from
yeah.
FP.
Waiting.
Na ada na bra wa wo tena de ma ye wuni ma de pa ho. Ana wuni ska.
Ana ba jo dey say you go see enye eduma ska.
Oyire mo anekoye what because utri anye na time be say ne ye kan overstay ya afo asem yi overstay ya afo asem mo abem na ukoka ukotworo na utri anye ye na abibi deje gonwa. Ha? Also Ozi anti abra. Ah waka also from near say FP kone koye why?
From
FP. Why?
Family and private life application. Family and private life.
Family and private life application. And it was say, oh yeah, it was so. Okay. Hello, me do for me pacho wa was on the yanko. Yes, darling, sweetie, me pacho yanko lo yet you. Me yes. Me pacho lo yet you.
Hello.
Me pacho lawyer 8 you, sweetheart. Sweetie, me pacho lawyer 8 you.
Maybe lawyer sir. Now
Also your student na oba na de me pacho. And wa be wo. Aha, very good.
Yes, so wait imagine Obana so it depends on Obana status.
So Obana won krata.
British book wait imagine so.
Like for how long Obana
So Obana nin krata dey say Obana tena krom for 7 years.
7 years. Ba lawyer won no student visa no school no koi. Oh, bra, wakaten. Kami busa ne say school no wo ye dia. Wo betimi age wo 2.5 years na ekura no. Ebi ama akura na wo ne na wo no. Ba wa nko school ne de ne oni akura ne nyina ma ye sakola wo. Hello, me dof me pacho yen ko last caller na lawyer en sorry. Bra me pacho jina so ma me 1 minute what jina so. Me pacho wo na wo frɛ say wo ba wo ye student wo na obi awo no. Eye wa. There be wo me si jina so. Me pacho wo wo jina so no wo na wo so ni obi awo ha ye student no. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, what the ato so ebi me pacho yen ko bra wo so ye student na dey
me COVID time no na offended renew yen card and man into the Martina for school bill maybe September way I want to know that with the time I met her 2018 I met 31st school will that count into permanent residency and
say permanent
say bia wo person who say what and a half of 5 years no betimi age indefinitely
no say you can't permanent resident bia I don't know whether he's talking about long residence route and I say using skilled labor skilled workers visa route and I say bia we use uba and our so it's not necessary say bia oba 2018 until when you 5 years until you're more indefinite. No. We a student. Meaning so I switch to working visa. Or switch to working visa. What working visa you have? So working visa now we also wunyano. Say 5 years here. Also competitors are 5 years no. Answer. Say ABR when you can say 2.5 thrown a baby and a year. And no say or you sue for ABR another time or your application. Now or valid visa until you're only 2.5 no only another 2.5 in the 5 years so let me apply for indefinitely so it depends on the circumstances. I can't sit here and say you be more indefinite
bra me pacho your real program now for lawyer no only one din come up for more details now who say what do you know you qualify for and I say there is a gap why hello me pacho what na wo so ko school when obi aba wo krom here no
na medina ono ne nkratas na mesmede bae but me yene no afi na oba bewo
okay 2% who say mo me no mo ye student no anka ye wo akra no ha akra na ye break we ye dependent entinka wo yire ne ye student no mo pese mo hu say mo wo kromi ha mo kura valid visa na akra ne be ye British and obe ye de ya lawyer
so oba ne benya de ekuta mo ne bi
also oba ne benya mu 2 years na ekura mo ne bi
ekura 4 years
okay
anu bi na oba na ebeje
84 years visa na bi na oba ne be ebeje so oba ne nya 7 years wo krom ha and now qualify for krom ha nkrata
or qualify for
indefinite leave to remain and san obeje British
okay na citizens amo ye ka overstay na your visa new and not just you have to go back and I say
mo visa new some mo beje graduate visa enti mo visa new law aba say wa be ko school ha wa graduate no yes someone 2 years graduate visa enti 2 years by then na wo ba no wa ba be ye otimi qualify for indefinite no anya 7 years meboa and as no to me qualify for na mo so no mo twa 2 years ne ka ho na munya good lawyer you can do something why enti mo de mama worry school na bo modern na ye adwuma ne hwe wo gire no wonkonwie hello last caller yanko me pa mo cho lawyer Frank and number ena ewo so no oye owa ha me hu se nkofo ofre no na wa amfa obeka se me frɛ lawyer wa amfa enti me pacho friend office na wo mbuku appointment ma ABS me pese me behu lawyer ana me pese lawyer na me nkasa phone appointment on be book dia ma last caller me pacho yenko
hello sabram pacho
me pacho yewo darling
me tia on lawyer Frank na me ma good afternoon
good afternoon ya jo so na
me see me bisa 2 hours for no matter say ba na
2.5. Yes. Almost that. I want for the baby.
That's what they are.
Okay.
Okay. Amen. I find the matter sister na say na chese wa wo kura 2.5 years a wo pesa wo de wo baba no lawyer Frank any only lawyer wo betimi ayesa lawyers nya from omoso ntimi fa mama ba wo kura 2.5 years na wo ye adwuma anaye bi kura wo benefit so but circumstance nti kone ko hu lawyer obetimi aboa wo ama wo de wo ba no aba partial motivation wo share life for Ghana. Okay, lawyer me pacho wa asama pesa wo kan etwa to na wo sorry for
say mutie ye mun continue na mun share program yi next week the updates bebre baba say emra na beto ho no mo borders and nationality and borders act no say abeyemra enintine ye beka ho asem ye kono si enya be fa zambrano asetena no ma bi e ba bia no ye beba nti mun try some be share na nipa bebre no ehu de ekoso ewo UK ha say de be ya ye nkoye boni bi na for hamra masco solicitors de ya ba say ye beboa won masco solicitors ye bibia immigration litigation family wills and probate we do also conveyancing. Enti mo for your number no 02080752860 ya ju adwuma nso ne ye ya munya abotrema ye be make sure say be bibia be boa your community no ya da masesem motie ye bidinya mijamo
Medinya bijam yedabo sesematie me pacho wa wo send audio no yes or see Italy for now wo person mo be kroma be adwuma no ehi no mo follow me all the Europeans ni nyina ba bia wo bia pese wo be kromi ha fe no wanya wo nkrata na fe na wo pese wo be kromi ha me pacho follow abundance campaign outreach e wo TikTok e bia wo Ghana wo wiase ba bia wo pese wo be UK wo hefa ekwan be na be fa so a wo de beba ekrom ha sei me pacho follow me abundance campaign outreach ewo TikTok bia won so wutie me wo krom ha ekwan ben na abefa so awon krata asem de high immigration ahaya na wo benya no me programs no will still remain on here. Abundance campaign outreach TV on Facebook there. Immigration and legal affairs ahaya na wo benya no akwantio mu nsem ebeba haya emergency hour ebeba haya. The only thing I ebeko TikTok eye wo pa adwuma all the great news and opportunities ni nyina no eho enebeko wo pedjuma ye bia wutie mu ni nkrata adwuma sema ye den wo pedjuma wo pedan wo ye homeless ye de wo union agu abonten eho na wo benya ne papa bi eho na me de beba bia wutie me advert nyina no eho na ebeko TikTok no advertisement announcement bia no eho na beko bia wutie me wa de ayira wo bi ayira wo nua bi ba abrochire wa ayira wo pese wo ye ayie announcement wo bi birthdays announcement wo pese wo show bi birthdays announcement wo ton nuoma wo pese wo bo wo nuoma ne ho de ro me pacho contact abundance campaign outreach ni nyina no TikTok ebeko eho adwuma opportunity aba adwuma campaign mofa enkofo enyuma ni nyina no ba TikTok won TikTok de okwa ene papa nko a na wo benya nurses mo Ghana me pa bocho me ka bio maka ba me senkofo nte nurses wo mo ye certificate nurse ya was sponsorship but mo fa no in batches or sponsor bia ni nipa dodo a wotimi de wo mo eba certificate nurse ya first batch awie. We are hoping a couple of weeks ahead ya do mo visa satum. What do visa tuma a fast track? Enti ye ma ye ho 3 weeks or more ana ending of May. Ya yishu wo mo visa sema wo mu wi a ye be sign afa enipa biom a certificate nurse. At the moment ye for mental health nurses and no still sponsors wo ho. And now obi a ye general health nurses. Ni nyina no videos no ye di good TikTok. TikTok into kwa TikTok ubenya all the videos no requirement so wunya bibia no ya kire mu nyina eho wo hema di ne birthday visa sa mode beba aburu kire ni nyina no eno so ubenya no ha eno ka migration eho enti TikTok ne de more advert opportunity good news abeba no every day good news bi aba me de beba companies bear for and nipa different cleaning companies nipa hotels nipa and private hostels omo po bi ama na ye caretaker nipa ni nyina no TikTok na mede aba abegu ho eti me pacho follow me na me pacho also so wo Facebook no ba program so like video no share video no good news no farmer obi TikTok no wo ba ho na good news wo ho no opportunity wo no betimi afa na wo so wa broadcast wo di ama nkofo obi a wo pa adwuma obi opeso ba abrochire obi opeso be ye nurse or Nigeria ni wo all over the world baby ano ubetimi ede ama wo mo every Thursday sibia no abonance campaign me mo tena se ebom paye di apaye fra paye yi apaye epusu apaye sufre wo twedi ampo nyankopon se rade brem me pa wo chew wo nkrata ya wada tweme empire bono nya wo awo mo ni nkrata nko enye se wo nkrata nti wo se me de empire de me mo maame ya yekunu ekune ma ekune nana eku ono ankasa ne maame aka ho no omunyina ye British omunyina ekura nkrata se die ekurom he kono ehu dia Miss Pretty Patel de ba no agisempire bo ene betimi astop maame no obi aka enyeye empo Archbishop Canterbury aba beka dia wo ye no maame ne se menteye so odompo bi enu abe enti agisempire bo ene betimi astop maame no me pa wo chew ya wada bia ye bompaye edi apaye efra paye dware apaye ewo eye dwumadie kese yi so abonance campaign outreach ya wada bia anopa 10 machakura 10:30 na me wo dwumadie so test machakura 10:30 na me wo dwumadie so na me wo dwumadie yi eso ewa ha sei fa wusu ne wo dadwene ne wa mane hunu ne wa tete ebra obi wo wa wo beka se me won krata ntimpaibo de mi hia me wo ba me wo kunu me wo yire ntimi hia mpaibo sister me pa wo chew bra ne bebo wo kra ho mpaye wo bi asifie e wo Ghana efie no ntimi nem wo bi ekra British passport enso sabi wo bubu ekudem wo bi enya ne British passport aye de natana hwi chew mu wo bi e wo wiase agapade nyina so ne ho ntono wona ma machine ene wo ne ho yema eko school ebe nyina ye nimu ni a ekoso me pa chew aware ne de wanya bi enso ahotoni aware nim ekunu ne de wanya bi enso so awo eni aware nim wo beti ne kunu ho pa so sabi ne kunu ye impotent wo beti ne yire ho pa so fibroid nti da bia moje etu ne yire bra sister bra ne mompaye eye yare eya amane edien ena wo kom me pa chew ewurade enkoa ne the solution emergency a wa ye bompaye wo ba ne ye bompaye ya bodama ma ewurade every day osoro ekasa ewurade enam ne difo eye prophet Greg eso wase awie ye mire mum ehie me ngosra ne me honhom agumrantie ne maba waso ni a mewurade me ye mo beye de sensa enti me pa wo chew obi dabra pressure aduro so aduro no kura no wonom ane bra pressure mafom me pa chew bra wo da diabetes aduro so me pa wo chew bra eye de be yare obi a wanya stroke ayes nipa no wonkasa ewurade na emergency awaso ebie nipa na no eye awo ne ho aye den amaw doctor said declare was say wo de wo wu bio me pa chobra me pa wo chobra ya wada ne bra ne mompaye ye nua ba bia abra ne kunu omu gya ya ware jai na ni da so asana wore ho aba ne su aba ene through emergency awa Awurade bie wedding epono de ama no. Awurade bie wedding epono e de ama no. Yes sister bi a wokọ Ghana. Ono de no onim se ne time atwam. Aware ne bi ma. Wosikani every Belgium. E na akwa na yefro e wo Ghana. Meka sister ne ye gikire wa obeba wonum. Wo ye young girl. Wo 30 years, wo 40 years. Ba ma bia hu anu atwam. Wo fo se eye makeups. Wo fo se eye wig ye butumi TV. Your makeups cannot make you. Wakwa akoye woto because of bema awari enti. Woto na wakoye no bema no wonhui. You need the grace of God. You need the favor of God. Say radi favor etowo so a. Say radi grace adomo no towo so a. Wanimu te se kaka moto bi. Wo benya wo brempon wo defo amana ba be ye wo ho ade. Ebusua wo mu no. Obi akwa aware ya ne agya no. Sister, bra, ena wote ho. Bra ne mompaye na osuru ebie. Emergency awa nyankopon. Die binsi da, die wanye ye na chese binsi da. Ya wade bia wosuru ekasa. Last week Thursday, ya maami bi hwe ye free Germany. Was the second time. Wodi ahwe ye. Ya wada mo bete ne testimony. Wakwa akoye operation. Meka instant miracle. Ya wada bia emergency awa uboswa instant miracle. Mempese meka nkrata asem because emergency awa de immigration headquarters. Abra ye bompa ye ne kura no na nkofo visas wishu na ye yishu nkofo visas abra ye bompa ye na nkofo nkrata ye frɛ wo mo de ma wo mo Ghana omo pe visa ba aburuchire na ye yishu visas de ma wo mo Ghana omo pe adwuma na ye yishu adwuma e de ma wo mo enti edru immigration ene nkrata asem so de a menka no wo menka whole testimonies is there every day. Mami bi wo Germany. Wa ye operation. E wa ne left. Na was sense a wo ye operation no. Ne honto ne da. Ne body no is numb. Ne body no ewu. Na the second time or the join emergency a wani. Was so obi na introduce program no e de ma no. Every Thursday Prophet Greg Eshire nsuo so e de mayen enye se nsuo no fa bra ne fie no omoso mpaye won kan kire wo se ba bia wote ne bra da bitina wa there is no distance in the spirit. There is no distance. So obetimi tena ne fie e bowdua e ma ne ye dia na ne awrade de ni tumi no e wo Ghana e wo Afghanistan e wo India e wo ba bibiara edru kwasi ada nyame kuro ya asori bi etwe no United Kingdom, Africa etwe no, America etwe no, Asia se etwe no, wo ye nufuta braba ye no ma no a ensa. Prophet Greg Ishire nsuo so ensuo nie. Wo ba emergency awa ensuo no, ebinom timi koto nsuo ne gu ade so. Na wo mo twen se prophet bekasa by spoken word. Empire de ye na mo kompai ba odifo no ana prophet no woni awrade wa pam enye ba bia bekọ akọje no me ya kompai bo bebra e de wo haw ni amane na abra ye odifo ne de wo ka enuoma papa ebem enye wo kọ no okoti ato no akoti ato wo be koto amenem no akoto amenem da bi ni a wo ka se awrade ya reset also na ya resane na etutu awrade musre ba wo so epono bebie enkrata epono bie ayaresa pono bie wo to wo mpoma na twene na di maame no yeshire nsuo so opeja ni nsuo prophet shire nsuo so maame ne se abra ye bompa ye ni wie na me di nsuo ni bi gu me body ne so menka bio maame na testimony is there. The testimony is there. Emergency hour last week Thursday. Nia awrade oye ebrade ne ntiase so. Ye nua ba ma bi ne yere. Omo so omo kofa wo moba edo mo afri Ghana ba. Na abra wo modu omo ba ne since 2015. Enna lawyer wo do omo ba ne ka kire wo mo se. montete mo mamiensa no monti wo mu age so. 2015 omo tenkura ni age so boom 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 and omo tete so. Na enkura no teacher true letter supportive letter and the amount nkura no ame omo dia immigration no. Teacher no true no teacher ne so true nkofo no enkura no omo original date of birth ewo mu bi because the head teacher is describing say onimunkura no since ankura ne eso omo be school na minim enipa koro ne lawyer kura na wo ye application no wan hwe teacher no eleta wo tro ye eso ana wo mo de wo makoye birth certificate foforo ene passport foforo ene wo ma chete nkura ne age so enu nti no ekoye ne refuse nkura no wo de court e ma ye bande nkura no for 10 years because there is a proof some akoye forgery documents and de atoso nkura miensa since 2005 no 15 no ma mena battle 10 years no ensoin 10 years for band ensoin ma meni ni kunu nkura no enana a wo hwe nkura no wawu ma menu so sister panimu a wo hwe ne ma no no so wawu nkura ne ni obi ento omodo o makoja o ma down for ena hwe nkura no enso krom ha ban se o ma no ye mo nkrata ma deceive aban no okay ena ma mi ebe join emergency hour obe join emergency hour since last year December Prophet Greg ka kire ne se obi a wo criminal record e wo Germany obi a lady a why fraud eye sika fraud e wo bank a Germany aban ese wo mema won krata na emo mi do betum wo ma e wo Germany o wo kunu e wo Germany but because of the fraud ninti no German aban se de wo betum ye bejeliu en krata nso aye mawo through emergency hour through Prophet Greg Germany aban e declare girl no scot free girl no ene woni no criminal record e woni so e wo Germany London had here ebu obi a wo koye fingerprint o koye ne ye hu hwe enti maami en sanya me kro no da so tiase ewrade bema wo mana aba ya another application fakotum lawyer Frank Nyaminshiraw ya another application fakotum maami ne say lawyer ne se ye bande ye 10 years ne so Prophet Greg say minyankopon wa obi a wo criminal record e wo UK okoye fingerprint ye hu obi a wo Germany a nipa no oye froster testimonies no is there ono akura no ye hu ye free no so a say nyankopon no obeye ma mene di application kotum ne lawyer say there be Prophet Greg is a mon phantom na ye hwede nyame beye court wa mo be court ene ma meno ne ma ya granting nkura miensa no court nothing ya ma enkura no 4 weeks visa 4 weeks bosume so mo famre kuromi ha na ye ma wo mu kuromi ha nkrata why ne ka kire wo se empire bonya adwuma wo kobom paya wo ne mpai bonifo odifo a ewrade okasa ewrade authorize ya wade hiame na ye mompaye ye nia paye mfra paye nkanchi apaye ye sumu ewrade say ewrade enough is enough wasem wa maso amone so abra mukomubuo momra na ewrade mema mahome menimo how e bia wo de wo ton wade aye nto e bia wo wadwendwena wo mu no eye yare eye amane enipa esrew yare bi wo ho ade bi wo ho aware bi abekombia na agu wo ye bema oba bi aba no abedu sika wo ye bema yare bi da wo so wo da wo na me pa chobra me pa wo chobra ye papa bi a ye ne be ya kwantuo mu nsem o was 78 or so o face deportation when you stroke or yare ye papa yi senka what men cantem what emergency ya wantem wa enkanye de wo komuni ya wada bra na ye mompaye me invite will be a man more YouTube no me pamocho empire bono yemfa me YouTube Miss Ramo me TikTok no abundance campaign outreach ebom together abundance campaign outreach TikTok and I say Instagram follow me Instagram and I say TikTok Instagram any TikTok follow me ho and all the great news eduma wo pa eduma wo pese wo be UK wo ye student and I say we pese okofa wo yereba what try bia enye what try every means enye me pa cho meet me there wo pese okofa wo kunu ba meet me there wo pese wo mo invitation meet me at the TikTok meet me Instagram follow ni nyina opportunities any good news bia no eho and I'm a deeper specifically for advertisement. It's great news, opportunity, everything. Ehona ebeba. Medama ase. Isaac came upon moye ready anama kache me monfa testimonies ni bintos mame. Isaac me hiawo ewo emergency hour. Pela dobia et say nana yawo eje nana me invite to personal invitation. Ewo emergency hour eso eye every Thursday. Ma more YouTube no me pacho YouTube dear because of emergency hour ye proper sorry eye chapel na ye entino ye bonyom pa ye bonyom entino ye mba eye YouTube ti ma more YouTube ni nyina no every Thursday se bia mo nhia me why me da mo ase ever boadu ever wa shift ko YouTube
nyame since am de me ho bedom emergency hour on every Thursday ne nyame nam pai boneswa ya mame namba bidi adanse da hye nyame adi ne munyam be last year November nim na me hono ma na just affliction na mase sha se ke kame minim se bia normal infections as be no baby and sometimes be baby a bit menya wonyama na se bia bibi afede my friend ni mu se beko me wadru bia me yusu cramp from Ghana cream bia me yusu bibi enim ham bia enim bia se wonya infection cramp se be so so baby kra na bia wo hu say you can just apply some me yusu bi my ya me ya enko de akoboot akahotedru tablet me de insert me ya enko nti afede na ha me sebe mene me kura mpo hia mu kura de ane na bobo kese ya de nya na bia mia na menim bia metrib na se bia ne me hono mo pa ya me aka menya kura nka ebi mpo a ebi anka menko ho mpo na se bia anka menta chimpo na very serious even emergency kura sabta bia masibiti ma hye atese na heat bi ifri hono moba na se bia mene me kura de wi kura na me ana menem ne tese ma adwiri nyina askata na mama yeso ese menya mpo na aka ma anya bit eja be ma so bisa wa wunte me bonnet modinde bia anka sese nteje da me mia mene ne mia me bia me ana menem ne me face ntina na no eden nti beye last month them sister bi babe dia dance no se ne kunu na ne be manya adwuma through insurance prophet Greg Ishra so no na be ma no eyusu ya ne be ma ne ba nti me so mete na me se ane ma menyusu insu yi bi ono ye be ma me so me yo ba yesi ma nti ma menso men try me fit na menyusu insu yi bi na menhwe ne nyame be ye nti na me kwa akojare me fe insu yi the fra warm water na me bom pa yegu so se nyame so na wo sa be ma ne di mpa ewudi aden me so me di ni aba ho bia ma me feel comfortable bia rade same yare ti me bom pa yegu so de ohro ho na me dwale mpa wi ti that was the last water na me use ya me de ye ti me di use ye na afede from na de chen na me hu ase e kana na e kana nyina ejai hit na eba ho no mun nyina na ese enso no pono ebi anyame anim me ya kwanche na just one time na me ya hwe me send no ebi a meye krama na ebi a me ana meye be just one na meye na me hunu ensesan wo ho no se na de wi a na ho sitie no na afede de na eyi ni nyina eja ya wo ni nyina ejai na bibia brase ebi a me ne me kunu da na afede de na nye te se na eyi ne bio hiti na na ba ho ni nyina se bum bum ma se ne bibi etwe free wa ya se na afede de na ni nyina ejai ti afede ke kana na ka menya na ni nyina ejai ntina me sem ye test me wo wie be 7 months ne me GPO de be on mode ba message ba se bia me due for me sem ye test because of a nunti mpolo na ma postpone na me hu hawa bia me kwakwa da ho in that situation se me kwakwa ye sem ye test because na enye ade a na ye ne bia me kwakwa ye mpona me nim bia ne be ba because na very bad na ma postpone do a ti na me adom me yusu nsu no na me hwe ni mo se bia ebia because ebia sometime it's a me yusu cream before na me ba be yusu nsu nte ebia se me yusu me Ghana cream na ebia neti me ko na ma ye comfortable na ma yo the moment abia me ni me kunu be hia mo pe na samba dina sana na ye but we dey me yusu me hwe ni ma na afede na bibia brass nti nyame adom sana me frɛ me GP ebuku appointment nyame adom appointment komode ma me last Thursday ya ampoda na ya appointment ti ye bom paye emergency hour 12:30 na ja me buhwe kokko ye bae anyame adom mateme se frɛ hu a mawia menya mayale sanyame asame yare true ensuo no ti me nyame ase me nyame ase ne de waya amame my dance die toso me be 3 weeks mu last month no ma ne kura no half term no me hu ne ye ne no so me ho no na ase na makoma bibi twi free makoma me chest na me ye na me ta complain nche member me no mo fi complain che me kunu ese me baby kura ma wo na me fa 7 months bia me fa na kura na ase bibi atwi free makoma me so bibi mu na ase me pagya me sakura e de akosho yi ade kura bia plate kura o kabodu kamna me tipin ne wo me chest pa e de wo makoma wona me say enu so free after we ne ko ya wo ne no so to aso tina after de me hu ne menye nti nyame adom me yusu nsuo ne bi me nom bi ne oyo na de bi fa ho no ma no so se ne ba ye na ankra no sa so an ko ya ankra me hu ni tu fa ye me hu ni tu fa ye de no so me de nyame ase me te testimony na me bucket to 3 years no that sometime ebi obeti matiem na na jo ne bia osu na ebi no ne bia next apanyim pora na eda ne bia no de number ntina ato aso sa afede do nyime kwa kwada kra no obesu aso osuro na say he want to sleep with me blah 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 ntina afede na ya confused na that get into my concern nti eno so me de kwa adwundwum ene de me frɛ prof na prof ma ya kwanche me ne me kunu ede ya na ene krada e frɛ prof obom paye ede ma no ani ade te fiti wonom nyame adom eno so nyame adom ene oda otumida tew anopa before ansa wasolisa esuo ne santete mu ne nyina nyame adom bibie jai de me de eno so me de nyame ase the nyamias that's my testimony tim the nyamiase the nyamiase ma prof ene na ho fa ma wona na yire ana ometuo mu ho esi ho edi amaya every Thursday bia omoba edi uja mpaye na program record de mi ampo na me ho ye na me kurumpo ko Ghana that time nti that's na me pempaye asa na ehye me se me mompaye ni ade nti me o Facebook ampo Thursday bi me o Facebook na me kopie so na me say na mpaye be na edwagu wa na me say ya me nyim na se bia mente ho yi nti na ne me so mo bi na eja me bo bia nti na afede me hwe na se na every Thursday bia nti honom na eja me ye madwen se ne now every Thursday be eja me nko baby ama wona me wo fie nti no every Thursday be me make sure say be appointment kwa na meje kura me mbese me pia bontin po Thursday o me ko shopping bi o bia me ko baby kwa na hu hia mpa Thursday kwa I want to go I just say ehia me pa yi because eye o jampa yi o jadi japa mpa ye san so de me je ho because my bomb pa ye ho ganti me pe mpa ya na yeshe until me hu ye no in fact na mama ni age the sense then no me dey so eba de bia every Thursday ehwa akosi ne end the nyame ase ne of ahofama a o metu o mu hu e de asi ho no e de boy enti no mama ye nyina yemfa didi ntachiri na prof nso ne nyame de adom no na wonyi mfiri mpochi biara obonefo no de atum na wonsane sane na ne do bia koma so enyeyi because the nyame nka ho ablabra mu a bia ni hono ma na o ya.
Good morning, Daddy and Mommy. We thank the Lord for what He have done in my life through you and Mommy. For the emergency hour is doing marvelous things. Instant miracles that happened again. 3 weeks ago, when we were making emergency hour, my name popped up and Daddy said, good news is coming, good news is coming. And the good news have come. So, when she said the third time, a call came, I did not pick it. And the call came back again. So I pick it. And the woman said, they are calling me from the council. So I built the house and they are find one for me. So I should come by 1 hour time. And I say, wow, God, you are doing miracle things for us in emergency hour. So I went, they showed me the house, everything. And now, this is the 3rd week I have to move in. So we are on it. I thank the Lord for what He's doing in my life. She have done many things through emergency hour. And I thank Daddy and Mommy for their prayers and everything. So if you don't come to emergency hour, try to come and pray with us, and God will do miracle things in your life. Thank you. Bye, Daddy and Mommy. Seda kao nyame aseda kao nyame seme shedio nyame waye wamasitna imu menyom ninaye asida seme shedio nyami waye wamasitna imu menyom ninaye asida ampa menyom ninaye asida ampa esanse awurade waye bebre amame waye bebre onam Prophet Greg anima abnaso aye bebre emergency hour no mo de baye no me de ageme pa na da bia mpai ba ye bono awurade wotie ye pa wotie yen na woye ye bisade ma ye nti se wo de ma ye a enye wadwen so wo mpa ye na wo bono wontie wotie pa da kase ya anonti ye ho ni nyina no awurade nam so eye enema akese e wo ya brabom Esan se me ma disredi bi to Awurade anim. Da ne me bo ho mpaye. Awurade waye bi oguso. Edi kan o de starte wa me ba so. Me wo hwa na when Sheffield Wednesday for frame so mpese omufa akola no. Nti no obekọ tournament nti me Fred a ne bo mpaye. Nti ampa nso omu koye no, omu yeso omu befa no. Na esanse ya anwu no wo UK henti no, na niema bebre nkoyi. Nti omu demande niema bebre. Na nso Awurade adom ne nyina ye nya ama wo mu. Eto so biom because me pe cancel dan. Na mikosie me maame a ye me ko me krada obompa ye maame. Na bra me koye no nso no Awurade nam adom so ma bibia yedin. Niema de bebre ko so. Esanse ne nye yize. Obi a nsofo abekire niema. Na ya wie ni akyekyere to okosi ada ye kwa asori yesiesi ye ho awie. Afe ya niema ejadem. Na asedan kenyame se anya hwe yekohwe gui ebunsu egu so. Ano nkoda nyame adom me bedru on the 15th of November. Na Awurade nam nadom so. Emmame cancel dan a yegu so a Awurade asedan ka wudin ayeyi nka wudin. Isanse wonam papa ane mama so ye niema bebre e wo ya brabo. Nienso yebedi achi da ne da nyina. Yese wa ya amayinti ni yebegya mpaibo da bi. Mpaye ne de da yebeguso a da bi every Thursday bia no. Me start adwuma nko ade a Thursday bia no meba so. That's it. Awurade won shiraw wona ma abana na misa ne aka no so Awurade guso wo ye na waye mpo awie. That's it.
Prophet Greg and Auntie Abraham. Me was a medenya me ase what the wire mammy last week. Program no na me was so. And a Prophet Greg say yen share program no for 13 people. Na benya ye favor to me share no 13 times. Into no ade Friday na me call adwuma no. And a manager friend me say me support work until no or friend me say sometimes I am support workers for no e bi mu de 7 users for na ehwe omo 82 kwan but they be omo choose abro for no omo choose yen bibi for no nti no me ho ye program na Friday no na friend me say opese me 7 user me no 82 kwan any staff ba ko kan ho ti me say me wo ha say me danya me ase wo de waye na nyame so aye me bag adom o uni na o mama na word nti o ha na omo send in skabi ti me danya me ase de o ye o ma brabo ne mema. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. I just want to give a quick testimony. This is my first time sharing a testimony publicly. I just want to encourage everyone listening to me. On Thursday, after the prayers, I just went around the house, and after Prophet prayed over the water, I went around my house, I sprinkled the water as I was praying. And every night when I'm going to bed, I have a little sip, because Prophet said we should keep it for 7 days. What are you going to use it for in your house? Use it for 7 days. I've been having a little sip, and I've been sprinkling things around my house. So this Monday when I came back, I'm just lying down on my bed. I've eaten, just going up and around my business, and then all of a sudden, I just lay down, was watching TV, and all of a sudden, I felt a very sharp pain on my back. I could not move, I could not sit up, I could not stand. I was just laying down there with the pain. I was just laying, I was like, God, what is happening? So I just lay down there for a little while, and then I said, you know what, let me just go to my bedroom and go and lay down and see if I can sleep it off. So when I went to my bedroom, then I look and I remember about the miracle water. So I took it and I had a little sip, and I poured a little bit on my head, and then I poured some on my palm, and I said to God, God, I've heard so many people giving testimony about this miracle water. Let it be my turn. I want to give a testimony to glorify your holy name. And I raised the water and I rubbed my back, and I lay down to sleep. When I woke up in the morning to I was like, oh, there's no more pain. I was able to get up, walk perfectly on my own, and walk perfectly to my bed and bathroom to go and bath. I knelt down, I did everything normal, there was no more pain. I just want to give the glory to God. I want to honor His holy name. I want to praise His holy name for all that He has done. God, I thank you for your healing power. I want to also thank Prophet Greg and his wife for all the marvelous things they are doing. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. I thank you all. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Me dara de ase. Bese me share my testimony. Edi show bi o platform is so coin se o hana wa ba mo abua. Me de share won coin se nyagidie na ebeye yie. Be few months ni na obi share anti abna link no. Edi ma me tia about immigration issue. I don't have immigration issue, but now I was just listening to what is going on. After the end of the program, no, and Auntie Abna said on Thursday, yeah, emergency hour, Bobon Paye, a train, ya me and him near dainty, Monsieur, then I'll join. Nay, Tuesday into Thursday, no, into me follow a Thursday, no, a mammy signal, no so my by life, and I'm a course, so any a bomb paye. Mitia man for testimony, omo mami bisa me ho say. Intimate me at the dance say and I joined the program because now say emergency hour. Now me so I was going through a war issue. Me say oh, then my case is emergency. And I'm even joining here. Me bomb pie me share say a man for a dear dance na. It's after the end of the program no na me free daddy. It's me friend no na me come asam chere and say a war problem me wo ba, but for me ba no 4 years now. After that, and I've been trying me so I've been trying say me conceive and draw from Ghana my yebia hospital, but nina enye nti me ne daddy kasa no bisa me say metimi aye fasting, I'm say yes metimi aye fasting. And yes, me kunu so hu ni ho gina ne ho so. And so still fat. And after fasting no 7 days, just an apple, me and me toy on phone and or boss umpire day be a me breaky be a or boss umpire na medi. Into me put the name me share from next day following month. Na maybe a mail of late into na me share the following month. Na that month no I call by that end of that month and after fasting no me brampa humbium and I me conceive you into now your emergency hour cry so and I me text results no me told test kits not to say me say not me ko test cry no na me say ade my me ko test cry me say shake say it's a possible na in emergency hour suppose na me send a message ne ma daddy and auntie abna ka say a positive edem and I need say no e baaye Ekura musa minya 7 months no. Ena me benya COVID. Minya COVID no. Eduanom na edin. Edru baby na msi o ma me mfred that the way. I nearly lost my life. Just say, na my give you up perry. Into happen was into why you say na COVID and na on frame me. And I say me fancy you no more some pie. Into me fancy you and no boss some pie. And I'm starting saying within 2 days, na sorry. I feel me da. Me okay. Doctors almost frame me. And they are just me midwife Beffy Beshamia. Just say no one say share me no within 2 days, you know. Me na me ho ato me say. Na me ye den na msuo me nyehwe me body na ama eko. Me de rade ase enye easy. Na edin but bibia anya me ho to me. After that ye koye scan baby no so was okay. Until no 20th December no. 20th December, yeah, not my due date here 27th December, not 20th, no. I said, my call washroom away. My call to say, we may wipe poor, I feel my starty bleeding. And you mre, and I'm a best friend. My friend, my midwife. And also, me friend, and send a main friend, General Hospital, and I'm in call. My friend, I'm saying, how many weeks, and I'm saying, what 39 weeks. And almost a member. Me call you the monitor. A monitor baby. No, say be a baby no dear, but send me bleeding no. And come back per se, or dear men na ho, no more shame cry. It's not as me mammy husband coffee na because of me boy, me bapping in tea, or moon coffee now be if anything me frail. Until throughout the night, no, me say, send ya me gusu bleeding no. Either say ye be inducing me and na say ye be me cesarean no my baby no. And I'm saying me cesarean debut. It's a honana. I'm saying me from my husband. Now I'm so okay, the idea chia. It's a didimusa throughout Monday na fe abedu Tuesday. Doctor say ba be sheme. It's a honana I say me na contractions kakra intino. Na me cervix na bie bear 1 centimeter. Into so the body nankasa beye into omunjai me. I feel Tuesday from the whole day ekosi then anajuni munina no. Na still into me bie being come still 1 centimeter. Na no say me putting myself and the baby at risk intino. So me cesarean. And I'm see there be. Until now, way back no me abekasa, way back no me abekasa. And I'm so okay, mo se mo be induce me. And now I say mo be cesarean na. Meye mo induce me no. Say, say no so it will take like 2 to 3 days. Say no anye ye dia, then na mo nya cesarean no. And I'm so okay, still na intimate be, and I'm a be friend. Pastor, me frère pastor no sister o nye cesarean. Me mfa you, na ye mosom paye. And then o ma bra me nsuo wo jag mo. Me obebo nsuo no mpaye me no nsuo ni bi no. Within the 20 minutes mo na me fam ma fe mani kum e na me die. Na nsuo no na me hwe bia go cap na fe me ma hwe bia go cap mo sio. Me da sorry ya. Ya be changing nsuo no ya bra me another fresh water. But not the walk up ni mu de esi ho. Na am say e Awurade ha so biom. But minya gidie se me de nsuo na walk up ni mu fra de wo jag ni mu it will still work. Inti me ye ne sa. Inti me nom na me de bi fra me fuso me nom na me de bi fra me fuso nti. Oma ye ready say o. Omo be induce me. No so omo nya examination answer. Into omo year examination no. Na me service na be to 3 centimeters. Na be to 3 centimeters. And I'm saying omo nya biom ti no. Me body na ebeye. Into omo me few hours. na me say e wo mu sa na afi ma starting ya contract afi e be sa bete koe na ne nsuo no me nom na me di bi fa mafuso me nom na me di bi fa mafuso me nom na me di bi fa mafuso omo sa be check ya na say bie echo 5 centimeters no say some de me call labor room no mo breaking water no na ainti me mrantem and then e po be 12 o'clock Wednesday na the ekochi Thursday by 12 o'clock omo de me call ye nti omo de me call ye ne me was anti me friend my husband I say omo anya induce me cesarean na anya amba so nti no I'm into labor no so really na am say na ene say ode akwala ni koja obi no oba nti no I'm here to share my testimony. Me didn't go say, baby, or my bedroom. And easy. Me no quick. Me woba. I'm trying to have another child. Ma try hospital. Yeah, share me baby. In Drew from Ghana. Baby Drew. My yening from different people. But I need. And one fateful day, Madam for be share anti-abna program. Emami. Seminti me immigration issue, but na me what is going on. And after the end of the program, and anti-abna say a bomb pie on Thursday or yeah, when I'm soon pie. Cause it emergency hour. And I can't say make case in the emergency. And I will join the prayer line. It's our Thursday, and when I'm joining in the bomb pie. After no meeting, I'm for testimony. Now, besides, intimacy meeting the dance, say, when I'm a fair pastor. It's a fair daddy, no. And I'm a car, as I'm a train. No, so meeting her fasting, I'm saying, yes, me fasting. I mean, just me quite 12 hours, so me did Jinamo fasting. Apple, no mammy toy. Uncle Johnny Ho, me and I'm a toy no bomb pie through phone. Na me 7 days no. Na me friend impo, na me sanka no be ring me back. And I bomb pie we nti me put the miss you. Me sure say o me ability just next month because me check here. Me need that suppose a month no. But me catching a me animunyam. That very month na me conceive we. A bomb adrenaline say so. We did the musan inside June 7 months. And I'm covered. I nearly lost my life was very difficult. Midwife befia me. Doctor say free me. After I started my one injection, I said my blood beating me a clot because of COVID-19. Every day me wo back just one friend me de bia share. I'm afraid daddy because I feel minty home. Do baby na head. Na daddy say me find you. Monsieur Croya you. Aye nsuo direction mo bia mfendi ago. Na me no nsuo bi nti nsuo no na me no. Within 2 days. It's me da. Me okay. Omo cry omo mama. Omo se me ye na nsuo da bi me ho ana ayeden atomi. If you doctors no cry na ye omo mama. Me there rade ase. Se sa time no. Me ho to me. Me ba no so bibia anya no. Na me wo 23rd. Na me due date here 27th. Na Monday no. And I'm starting to me bleeding. Starting to me bleeding to me free. General hospital no say. Me how many months na say 39. Say member. And I'm call you. Almost sure almost say almost need mommy in coffee because they need to monitor the baby. And I'm say okay. And they jam me down throughout the night. The doctor say, "But no more shame. No more shame." I'm saying at the end of the year. My cervix no. A be as a mina contractions. A be 1 centimeter. Throughout the night, I could see Tuesday no. And I'm go so bleedy. See. My husband and brother. Like maybe a consent form near dinner. Yeah, name is Caesarean. And I'm Caesarean me. And now I say you're being inducing me. Until no more June, I'm so okay with the adventure. Until Tuesday, no, night, Musa, because Wednesday, nothing. I'm just still. Until me be. Until no. Me, name is Caesarean, I'm a home Tommy. And I'm afraid, daddy. I'm afraid daddy no say no. Yeah, name is Caesarean. Me won't show baby, I'm saying show baby. The mammy show a jargon. Na me fans, you know that the boss on pie. Or boss on pie. If I've been stramming for so na me no be. And I'm a year. The year young china me fair mu die, madda. Me sorry ya. And soon baby, I'm no mamma like a half. Ya best sunny, I bear me fresh water. Me sorry, I'm say, hey, I have to be. But no, they me feel good cap on him. A gusu. It's no, it's you know, see hon. And I'm a free so, and I'm did the work up in fry. Nya GD say a fry it will work. Until throughout the night, na me de family food so. Na me no be. Na me de family food so. Na me no be. It's all mark of almost so. Me say there be. Oh, the almost do say me. So after almost say I better take it 3 days. Answer. It's not going to labor. Me say no problem. So I'm here then. Me yes Caesarean. Almost prepare bibia besio. No so almost nyeme. Almost examine me biomansa. Yeah, examine me no na. A be up to 3 centimeters. And I'm saying no, almost do see me body no. I feel yeah, Juma. I say praise the Lord. Na Jimmy some within 1 hour. Monitor listen me soon. Almost who say me na contractions. Almost sambe check here. Na feel I say be to 5 centimeters. Necessary they make up labor room. Na I feel almost feminine. No more feminine. Miss before this almost can say be no more feminine. Miss maintain the almost ye yase. No, I'm saying no so thing. They have to prepare a room for me now because and check. Because I do 5 centimeters, I do 10 and I'm a 1. nti betimi within 5 ne quarter na be within few hours nti they have to take me the bomb say na mesu you see we are serving a living God ampa and then no be prepare room man and I'm call it wasn't easy award the normal day say ya day they do send me pushing and do within 30 minutes simple the cashing na me and my one family pa amen manya 1 week baby ni ho ye so me ho ye de radiase many people na see emergency hour nkopo wajime ajime fearful na obia kwanchire bi e my especially nsuo ne de me de nsuo na aboa me akonia sen nyina so nsuo no na aye bibia ma de na me ase na me da wase program ya metie ni nene amemenya mbayo dade me da wase na me sure
meeting at the abundance campaign medisika emma ne mebusia eni adofo e wo my Ghana mu e de fa eye tap sikamanie eso e de bentia eye so easy reliable affordable convenience and is so fast e kombe e na wo be fa so a wo be use tap sikamanie and one say ubefa wo smartphone na wa download tap sikamanie e wo phone so enwa se woko eni gisem kese ne se baby a wo bia wotimi use tap e de send sika ekọ wo my Ghana mu e wa abra wontua hwe commission free empo abra metimi use tap e de send sika e wa abra mimpia bonten nemo kai sa wo be use promo code e wo screen so na wo dia send sika nema abusua enya £5 extra €5 extra enka wo musika wo de be kone ho no enti use promo code no e wo screen so tap yes say Paul Amantem was saying Eddie Canfo tap abba amaye Ghana for hey abusia meeting at the abundance campaign medisika emma ne mebusia eni adofo e wo my Ghana mu e de fa eye tap sikamanie eso e de bentia eye so easy reliable affordable convenience and is so fast e kombe e na wo be fa so a wo be use tap sikamanie and one say ubefa wo smartphone na wa download tap sikamanie e wo phone so enwa se woko eni gisem kese ne se baby a wo bia wotimi use tap e de send sika ekọ wo my Ghana mu e wa abra wontua hwe commission free empo abra metimi use tap e de send sika e wa abra mimpia bonten nemo kai sa wo be use promo code e wo screen so na wo dia send sika nema abusua enya £5 extra €5 extra enka wo musika wo de be kone ho no enti use promo code no e wo screen so tap yes say Paul Amantem was saying Eddie Canfo tap abba amaye Ghana for
My Lords, in my limited time, I will today only speak to Clause 9 of the Bill, the clause that seeks to strip British citizens of their citizenship without notice. I want to focus on the real-life impact of this proposed legislation, the consequences for communities, and unpick the notion that citizenship is a privilege, not a right. Modern nationality law starts in 1981, and for all its shortcomings, it was an attempt to bring into the system, through formal paperwork, those that were British. Let me repeat, those that were by right British. The state was formalising a right that already existed, something expressly stated by the then Home Secretary William Whitelaw during the passage of the bill. However, what followed, with subsequent changes to nationality law and an increasingly hostile approach by successive governments of all colours, was the appalling circumstances in which the Windrush generation and others, people who by right were British, were treated like outsiders, foreigners and aliens. Our hostility to immigration and immigrants was the climate in which we abandoned our own, who were by right British, even if they hadn't formally exercised that right. I lay out this background because this notion of citizenship being a privilege seems to be a popular but sadly ignorant mantra. Of course, immigration is not a right, but immigration and immigration controls are very distinct to nationality rights, and those that mix them do so because their flawed understanding does not see beyond the colour of someone's skin. Let me personalise it. My family, as many of yours, was a century ago citizens of the UK and colonies. They had rights. All those in the Empire and the Commonwealth did. When my grandfathers fought for the British Indian Army as British subjects, they did so as citizens. When the Windrush generation answered the call for workers and came to this country, they did so as citizens. When South Asians took up gruelling jobs in the mills and foundries of Yorkshire, as my family did, they did so as citizens, as equal members of this country, a continuation of a bond that started decades earlier. It wasn't a conditional right or a temporary right or a right that we would try and take away from them and their children or their grandchildren in ever more cunningly creative ways, and it certainly wasn't a privilege. It was a right, one established through our colonial history, strife and blood and sweat, and even with those that gave life. By formally taking a British passport, they were merely formalising a right, not being bestowed a privilege. Sadly, the othering of our fellow citizens, which has happened over the years under Conservative governments, made worse, I would argue, by Labour governments with some of the most dramatically expanded powers of deprivation, and extended by the coalition government, this chipping away at this basic right of citizenship must now stop. And that starts with striking Clause 9 from this bill. Yeah. We across this House, whichever party we belong to, have been part of the problem. Our respective parties have over time torn down that basic belief that all citizens in this country are and should be equal, and that as a citizen you are a permanent member, a fundamental recognised in case law, including in the High Court in D4, the case that has led to Clause 9. This problem, my lords, did not start with Clause 9, but it must start to end with Clause 9. This government's sleight of hand, this last-minute addition to override the decision of Mr Justice Chamberlain, an attempt at another incremental change with the hope that once again no one will notice, but with huge real-life consequences, this power grab by the Home Secretary is deeply dangerous, one that seeks to deprive someone of their right to citizenship without even giving the person being deprived the right to know, depriving them even of the right to check whether the Secretary of State had the legal basis or accurate facts to exercise that power. My lords, these proposals would mean that I would have greater protections when being deprived of my driving licence than of my nationality. And so a piece of legislation introduced but never used by the late Lady Thatcher's government during the Cold War to deal with treason has morphed, mainly during the Blair years, as an attempt to remove one man, Abu Hamza. And my noble friend Lord Moylan is absolutely right. Labour sowed the seeds of what we now reap, which is a catch-all law that covers around 40% of our ethnic minority communities. This clause is not a debate about immigration, it's a debate about our fellow citizens. These laws have the potential to include members of Parliament, their families, it includes our loved ones, our friends, our colleagues, it includes some of us. This is not scaremongering, this is fact. And this is why families across our country are campaigning to push back against the real-life consequences they are today experiencing as a result of years of incremental legislation. So in conclusion, my lords, my parents' generation, now in their 80s, always feared that their future generations would be outsiders, second-class citizens, that they would be told to go back home, told to leave. My generation always dismissed these fears as unfounded. Windrush, my lords, proved that these fears were not baseless. Clause 9 and the government's exponential use of deprivation powers compounds these fears. So I urge my noble friend, who is thoughtful and informed on these issues, to ask the government to think again and row back.
Outlaw. With over 80 million people currently displaced around the world, inaction is simply not an option. The passing of this bill into law is a landmark moment in our country's history, allowing us to finally make the changes needed to transform our asylum system into one that is suitable for the modern world. We've already announced the UK and Rwanda Migration and Economic Development Partnership, which will address the shared international challenge of illegal migration and break the business model of the people smuggling gangs. The Nationality and Borders Act, as it will now be rightly known, will allow us to go even further in tackling illegal migration and the criminal gangs by offering tougher sentences for those who facilitate dangerous and illegal entry to the UK. New processes for asylum, human rights claims and other protection matters will put an end to the repeated, last-minute, meritless claims that are simply designed to frustrate removal. And those with no right to be here in the UK, including dangerous foreign criminals, will be removed quicker through expedited processes. The UK has a proud record of resettling those who are most vulnerable, and we will now be able to strengthen our safe and legal routes for those most in need of resettlement. Those who arrive will be offered more support to start their new lives and thrive in our country. The Act will also enhance our commitment to victims of modern slavery, offering them protection when they need it the most. These measures in this new law are what the British people have asked for, a fair but firm asylum system fit for the 21st century. It is the most comprehensive reform in decades, and enshrining the Act in law means we can give the UK the world-leading asylum system it deserves.